Hey everyone, Corey from Aquariumcoop. Today's the full meal deal, the Fishroom tour. You've been waiting, I've been waiting, I've been lazy. I'm doing it today. I got some cool things up, got some fish in this tank right here, and we're gonna show some stuff off. There's some pretty cool stuff, some stuff I've been waiting on, stuff I've been squirreling away in my pocket. So, you know, first I decided to make this a mixed guppy tank. Pardon the mess on my desk, ugh, reflection here. I've been eating chips. But we've got, you know, guppies, kind of some different high-end strains. So we've got red deltas here. We've got Japanese blue, what were they? I think it was Japanese blues. And then we've got, where is it? These are some of the, like the high-end strain that I lost the male to. And then this is a German half-black pastel. There's a few more in here as well, but I don't know where they went, so. But yeah, so we've got lots of lava rock. Eventually this will be up on the website. We've got Cryptspiralis here. Gonna give some height to the tank. I don't want a whole lot. I want to be able to see a lot of fish. And then we've got a lot of Anubias Nana Petite through all of this. There's no ferts or anything like that yet. Just a corner filter. I kind of really want an air stone in here because we're getting some, in my opinion, protein film up here. The problem I find is I haven't been able to calibrate this U series filter perfectly yet. It always, like, it's either too fast for these guppies, like too powerful, or isn't putting in the oxygen. I want to put in the oxygen, the Venturi system. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. There we go. So I just got to play with it. But anyway, we're moving on. I'll play with that later. There we go. It's going. Perfect. So now I got, but it's kind of a whirlwind action, but we'll see. Yeah, these guys gotta swim harder. But I've been starting to build my wall of cool t-shirts. So Lamont did this one, Sergeant Tank. He's a YouTuber. Check him out if you haven't already. I've got, you know, the shirt he did for us, the goldfish, KG Tropicals. We've got Steam Fought Aquatics. We've got my other shirt. I've got another one I gotta put up too. And there's still some space, so I've got some more shirts on the way and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play around with that. In here, I decided so far all we've got is Java moss, no fertilizer going on in here at all, just light, and some neon yellow shrimp from LR Brett's Aquatics from Lucas. Of course, I can only see one at the moment, and I guess I forgot to say that there is tiger shrimp in here, but I never get to see them. I swear they got to be like, maybe they're underneath, maybe they're like, I don't know. They just seem to always. I never see them. I mean, I do every once in a while, but almost never. So, you can see here, that's going too fast. I'm going to turn that down. But, anyway, let's go check in some of the cooler tanks inside. So this is new. This is my new work area. You can see here I've got a lot of work to do. I've got videos I've got to shoot. In here I've got a Daphnia culture that I need to get going. Here I have mashed potatoes, and you're going, why do you have mashed potatoes? Well, in here, I have the stinkiest cultures ever of microworms and, well, that's just food, and banana worms. So they're super stinky, and mashed potato is a lot less stinky in my experience than oatmeal. So I'll be making my cultures up with those. I'm going to get these out of the sun so they don't cook like while I'm filming. But if you guys ever seen a culture before like this, see if I can focus in on it, but you see all those like lines kind of on the package, like right there? That's all worms. They're microscopic. I'm going to do videos on how to make the cultures and all that. You can see there's a bunch here as well. And so I'm going to be filming that today as well. And you know, playing with Daphne and that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, after I'm doing the Fishroom tour, this is a whole box of plants. Ugh. Oh, come on. From Florida Aquatic Nursery. It's basically all, I'll pull some out here, let's come out. We've got a ton of crypts. So that's loose lutea. Yeah, I think tons of those. And then I don't know, it's Wendetti actually, Crypt Wendetti. And then here's some Spiralis crypts, so I went crazy. And then also there's 25 pots of Crypt lutea. So I'll get that back in so it doesn't dry out while I'm filming here. But I got lots to do, and I wanted to get this filmed before I'm radically gonna change this room, because I'm going all natural, baby. I'm doing it. And I'm gonna learn a ton, whether it's good or bad. At the end, I will know a ton. So this tank here is 40 breeder. We've got the red Delta guppies and a bunch of fry. So that's good, they're starting to kick off. And then we've got leopard frog plecos in here. And you can see one right on top of the sponge there. This is a long-term breeding project. I'm probably 18 months out at the bare minimum before they'll start breeding. And I've got 10 of them in here. You can see there's another one kind of hiding in the plant there. If I turn the corner, we've got another one hiding right there. You know, I'm sure there's some in the coconut caves and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, that's one tank. Let's see, what else do we want to look at? Let's look down here. Down here, this is kind of albino Julidachromis, also known as the cinnamons. And then there's a group of 12 Lucipinus. I want to breed those as well. So I definitely want to kind of plant this tank up, get some more rock structure in here, and really do something with that, but I haven't yet. I did put some bulbitis in there. That's what that plant is. I've been working on that. We've got water lettuce floating in there. I put this up right here, not because I think, oh, this pattern is extra cool or anything, but I wanted to see if I liked blocking the glare, right? So you've got, if I was to make that in black or something like that versus this one over here, I do think it's a cleaner look. I just want to see if I can get my sister-in-law to help me build this. And I want to get like either a swinging curtain or something like that. I don't know yet, but down here, I moved my Tropheus down low. These are Tropheus dubosii, the one with the spots. That's what they look like when they're young, and then they get this band as they get bigger. So they're not adults by any means yet. And then the blue and the yellow fish are Pseudotropheus celosi. It's a Cares fish, so it's kind of endangered and things like that. And these are all F1s, so that means their parents are wild caught. And let's keep moving here. Ooh, I know what you guys want to see. You probably want to see, well, if you've never seen my fish room before, you don't know that I have turtles, right? So I've got turtles, and these are mini musk turtles. And what you're looking at there is full grown, and you're kind of looking at it next to the size of fish. They don't really eat the fish. If I get them really hungry, they will. They will come up on here briefly just to get into the lay box. They'll lay eggs over there. I'm going to feed them a little bit while we're hanging out here. And they just get like freeze-dried food and then pellets. So this is freeze-dried fish is what this is. And I'll just feed them a little bit for right now. But they're going to chow down on that. And what you guys probably want to see, anyone that's been following us for a while, is how are the turtle eggs doing? Well, they're doing pretty good. I set up the incubator over here, walking over to you right now. That's what this is. These are in the way. That's just bad filming right there. But if I take all of these off and make it louder, because I'm bubbling to keep it humid, here's all the eggs they've laid recently. You can see there's quite a few. Now I haven't candled them ever since that first time. I've just been letting it be. You know, it's staying moist, not too moist. I suspect that like that one right there and maybe that one right there aren't fertile. That's just my guess. So it's like if I've got 12 eggs or whatever's here, so we got 12 eggs, and 2 are different, I feel like those 2 might not be viable and 10 are, at least that's what I'm hoping for. And we'll see if I make a little turtle farm out of this or not. So I'm gonna get the top back on this real quick and we'll move on. So if we're doing the update, I don't think the update would be complete without the best guppies I've ever seen. They're right here. Look at these females. That's right, if you've never seen these fish before, that is a female guppy. And so is this one. Oh, where'd it go? I lost it. The best female guppies I've ever seen in person, and maybe even online. I hesitate to say that because there's got to be better pictures and stuff like that. But what's magical about this tank is we finally have pulled it off. There are babies. Of course, they're swimming in the back. Oh, some up front right here. So we're starting to make fry, and that leads me to the next question that I have to answer 50 times in the comments is, A, will I ship fish? No. B, will I be selling it to the store? Probably, eventually. Number 3, where did you get those guppies? Guppy Train, they're only on Facebook. You got to join like their Facebook group or whatever it is, and then you can buy them through there. I'm sorry, if you're not a Facebook person, that's the only way they do it. I don't know what to tell you. But I did get those. The cost was about, I think with shipping about, let's see, 65 for the trio, so that's for the male and 2 females. 25, that makes, yeah, 90. It was 90 bucks, so basically 30 bucks a fish. But in my opinion, those are the best guppies I've ever seen, so it's pretty much worth it. Next tank over, we've got Warus. This is a cichlid I'm growing out to make a display tank down the road. They are plant eaters. They've been nibbling on Java moss I had for sure down there. And, but yeah, they've been playing nicely with the exotic plecos that are in there and with the betta. They've left it alone completely. So just putting on some size and growing them slowly. It's not a race, not into that. Over here, this is kind of an update on the cherry shrimp shipment. You can see we've got a decent amount in here. I'm not going to say, you know, not nearly as many as I imported, but they did okay-ish. And there was some babies in the bag, so there's a couple of babies as well. So, you know, nothing too crazy in this tank. Up above, we have my Liberty Mollies, and I desperately need to do something different with this group of fish. I either need to move them on to someone else, or get them in a better tank, because they're making very few babies. You can, well, you saw one darting in and out there. The problem is, I absolutely hate all of my tanks that are up high, and I knew it. If you guys watched me build this rack, you knew I hated it, and I did it anyway, and guess what? I hate it. I hate the fact that I can barely touch to feed, even so much so I already took one of the tanks down. This tank, I'm not even scraping algae. Why would I? And there's only like one angelfish down there. So I'm considering breaking this whole wall down and doing Gigantotron tanks. But we'll see if I can afford it, because that's expensive. So over here, we have the super duper cool, only artificial, that's not true, I got a couple of artificial, but my favorite artificial ornament, the Aquariumcoop thing, had that special made, pretty stoked about that. And here, this tank actually is my first, well not my first in this fish room I would say. That's a lie too, I didn't even do that. So my second tank in this fish room that is like natural, there's no filtration. The first one I ever did, the way beginning, if you guys went back and you watched like episodes, like, I don't even know, like 3 and 4 and 5, I had a crystal shrimp tank that ran no filtration. So there's that. But this is the one that I've done in the recent time, for sure. And I've run the gravel pretty thick. I want to see, you can already see here, we're starting to get some separation, which is nice. You know, because down below we're going to get denitrifying bacteria and stuff like that. We've got some Cryptlucens and a Anubias back there. And these are a blue star endler colony. Seem to be thriving. Haven't had filtration over a week. Still thriving. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's only been a week. Up top, still not a single fry from my koi guppies. Still all doing okay though. You know, I'm a patient man. I can wait. And, you know, they've got infinite moss. And by the way, I'm just gonna toot my own horn and say this moss looks awesome. This is quite the moss. But once they do start having some babies, they got a wonderland. I'm not worried about it. It's just a time thing. Over here we've got the rainbow tiger endlers from Lucas, LR Bretts. We've also got some Java moss going on. We do have babies. They're doing their thing. So that's good. So down here we've got some rice fish. I think these ones are called the orange skies, is they're called. And then we've got the blue velvet shrimp breeding in here. You can see them all along the not Ceres stone, the dragon oku stone. And then up top we've got a bunch of dwarf aquarium lily pads. And you know, I just find that enjoyable. Eventually I'll end up redoing this whole tank, but that's what it is for right now. I want to get all my rice fish outdoors. It just now started getting sunny, so I'm pretty stoked because these guys can handle pretty cool weather. I'm hoping I can put them out in a month or so. But you know, we gotta talk plans, because I'm kind of wanting to do like a lot of ponds outside and build it, and maybe there's someone local that wants to nerd out at my house and help me build. I know Bob, but Bob's busy. He's doing a live stream right now. I feel guilty. I'm filming while he's live streaming, but I gotta work too, right? So the next tank one of my absolute favorites. I want to upsize this tank, and I don't know where I want to put it yet, but I dig it. I spend a lot of time sitting right here. Ooh, look at that, you can see clown loaches. Sitting right here, just staring at this tank, and it is my cherry shrimp, and these are all cherry shrimp from Lucas, LR Brett's Aquatics. Took first in the, well, it was international, so first in the world cherry shrimp, you know, and they're all looking pretty darn good. And then I have my teacup platies, so it's just red on red in here. And yeah, I could definitely plant and do some more, but some of these babies have grown up to start breeding, which is kind of cool. So, you know, I'm just enjoying, I enjoy this kind of stuff. I know there's some algae on the glass, I didn't get to it yet, but you know, I'm really enjoying this tank. I can sit here and look at it and just go, look, there's babies of everything everywhere. Who doesn't love it? So that's fun. Let's see, over here, I haven't shown this in a while. Still got a pistos and pearl danios. You know, pearl danios are unsung hero. They still don't sell at the store, even though I think they're cool. And then I've still got these convicts I got to figure out something to do with. You guys watch me breed those, and now I've got kind of a lot of convicts at decent size. If you're local to me and you want some, let's figure it out. I'll get some to you. Up top, I've got just a betta living up there and a mansion of salvinia. So that's a lot of salvinia up there, and he just hangs out up there. Why not, right? Give him a 20-gallon palace. But let me find out what's the next cool thing. Maybe we go right over here, right? Let's just go to the clown loach tank. This is going to be paired with my warus long term, and I'm going to get a much bigger tank. I want to get like 300 to 500 clown loaches, and I know you're saying big tank. I'm talking big, like, you know, big, like, you know, small, lone, shouldn't buy that big of a tank big, but we'll see when it can happen. But, you know, I've fallen in love with every tank I've seen with like several hundred clown loaches, so yeah, they're just kind of doing their thing. But yeah, let me get set up. Yeah, see this tank over here, I gotta play with this tank. This is the breeding group of orange lasers. The problem is, since they're wild caught, you never get to see them. That's lame. And there's horrible glare because it's sunny outside. But it's kind of a cool, man. See, this is why I gotta build this is why I've been thinking about building these curtains, because this tank is reflecting into this tank and the turtle tank. You see the turtle tank and that tank. If we got rid of that, it would look pretty cool. But it's just a overgrown mat, and if I stood here long enough, you would see that there's like over 100 orange laser cories. And if I don't move for a little bit, you'll get to see some of them. I mean, obviously there's one right there, but they're so skittish because they've got this wonderland they can play out in, and they just colony breed in here, which is awesome. All they gotta do is put food in, and they make more. What's not to like? So yeah, you can just see them. But literally, if I put food in there and, you know, I stand across the room, I can see like 100 of them eating. It's pretty cool. But I'm not going to waste your guys' time doing that. So, all right, let me move some stuff around. We'll continue on. Here's the tank everyone's been asking about. This is the tank with the sailfin mollies from Greg Sage. I'll be visiting him here in like, I don't know, almost like a week, maybe a little more than a week. I want to plant some more and get this going. But we finally got a male that sexed out, so that's good. Looks like I'm going to have maybe even another male, but this is the male right here, starting to get his hump on the back and all that, so that's good. But yeah, so, you know, not a lot of going on. They're super duper slow growing, and I was talking with Greg Sage, and he's like, I think that's why they're never in the hobby, because they take 2 years to grow out and to look amazing, and no one wants to grow out a fish for 2 years. So yeah, in this 40 breeder, I've got, this is where I was breeding a bunch of mystery snails, took a bunch into the store. And now it's mostly ram's horn and baby red Russian lace guppy grow out at this point. I might even fill it back up with water, and because I don't really like it being that low, but I'm gonna do something with it. It's in the in-between phase. I kind of want to get the substrate thicker and turn into a natural tank. Down here, one of my absolute favorite tanks. Did a little bit of rescaping. You know, I made it so that the plants, you know, give some room for the fish to swim. So panda guppies. Lots of those in here. I've got bristlenose that breed, and they continually do that, and then obviously tons of orange shrimp. So I've got snails, I've got plecos, I've got live bears, and you can even see over here, there's even like actual babies of the plecos, And when you start panning around, you're going, there's $1 billion worth of shrimp in here. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of shrimp. And a lot of babies too. But I just enjoy this tank too. I can sit here for a while, and if I ever just want to, kick back, I'm like, oh yeah, let's turn the auto feeder on. And you can watch the food just kind of dump in. And then you just watch them go to town. Like they enjoy eating. I enjoy watching them eat. And it's a good time for everyone. So, and you get the shrimp and all that, and so often I go, I'm going to catch a bunch of shrimp out of here and take them to the store, and then I go, I don't even want to disrupt this tank. I just enjoy it too much. I don't want to have to sort through shrimp. Like, I really like that one kind of on the top there. Not the one with the little white patch or the clear patch, but the one right above it. I really like that. And, they're just breeding up a storm, and I enjoy it. So, next tank, this is just Neon Tetra Quarantine for the store. And so there's probably about 250, 200, somewhere in there of Neon Tetras. And we're also breeding shrimp in here because I can't seem to not breed shrimp. You can see not many babies raised up because there's so many shrimp, but definitely all these babies have pretty much been raised up in here. You can see them all along. And yeah, it's kind of just, don't want to spend too long on a tank like this because it's just Neon Tetras, right? It's just how I quarantine before I take them to the store. You can see here we even add meds from the last time we did it. Up top, cool fish that I really enjoy. These are the trout goodeids. And we've got moss and bulbitis in there. These guys are a live bearer, and they don't give birth very often, like every 2 to 3 months. And they only have a few fry at a time, so it's a slow colony to build, but you can see it is building. There's fry all around in different stages and stuff like that. And the adults just look really cool in my opinion. These are also from Greg Sage, line bred by him. Really cool. You'll see those in this Fishroom tour when I do it. This tank down here, this is the 75. I actually gave away all my Africans to Steenfod Aquatics because I just want to do something completely different with this tank. I want to turn it into a natural tank, and I don't know what I want to do with it yet, but I know African cichlids was not exciting me. And so when I'm not excited about something, I tend to ignore it. And when I'm ignoring it, that's the waste of everyone's time. So, yeah. Up top, we've still got the Variatus platies, hyphen Variatus, Sunset Variatus. Finally starting to crank out some fry. You can see some right up front there. And I want to plant some more in here. This is one of the underground filter tanks. So, kind of doing some testing and stuff like that, having fun with it. Got some algae, and really I need to spend time, and that's what I haven't been spending. So, it is what it is. Over here, we've got a 20-gallon. This has the Metalla mat that I cut to fit the back, testing that out. We've got some platinum half moon mosaics, as these are supposed to be. And, the shrimp can go in and hide in the Metalla mat, and the fry can go in there too. And just kind of something I'm playing with a little bit. Down low, this hasn't been touched. This is a 20-gallon. It's got a Dumbo Betta living in here, kind of loving life, and some Rominose Tetras, and that's it. But I've got more strains of guppies and stuff on the way, so these guys will be moving out when those guys move in. In here, we've got more shrimp because I can't seem to not make more shrimp. If I pull this light forward a little bit, this is a cool guppy I'm enjoying. These are the yellow. German yellow guppies, and not a lot of fry yet, but I'm also raising up some black mollies in here. I need to get those out pretty soon. They could be snacking on some, but I got 2 pairs of those, and I need to plant it and get some of these extra sponge filters out, stuff like that, because it's really all about cover when you're breeding guppies. It makes it so much easier. So like you see here, there's not a lot of cover, not a lot of babies. So these fish came in at the same time as these fish. And these fish. So all these 3 batches came in at the same time. You can see all the cover I have in this tank. You can also see all the babies I have in this tank, right? These are the purple haze mosaic guppies. And, I lost my male, I believe, but I've got lots of fry and pregnant females, so I have no doubt that this colony will push on. And this is part of my testing I was doing. I was doing very low aeration. This colony is thriving. So I think a lot of times we put way too much aeration in our tanks, but it's just something I'm playing with. This tank here is purely like a natural tank where I'm trying to culture scuds, I put the scuds I brought back from Ocean Aquarium in here, but I have not seen them, so I don't know if I killed them or if they're just like living on the backside of the sponge or something like that, and I'll see them, you know, in mass quantity here soon. If not, someone reached out to me and said they had some locally, and so I'll just grab a bunch more and get them going. So I've done it in the past. Up here, these are still kind of some blue grass guppies. I haven't gotten rid of the line, and yet I'm not thrilled about the line. It's got a little bit of green water going on in there. So you know, maybe what I should do is grab like my favorite 2 males and a bunch of females, start a whole new colony, sell off the rest of these at the store, and call it a day. So that's probably what I'll do long term. In the short term, I haven't done anything, and I've just been letting babies grow up. You can kind of, well, the glare is horrible, but babies grow up, and then there's the whole school of Corydoras hystatus, which I've just been lying to you guys forever saying I'm going to breed, and I haven't really made an effort to do that yet, which I hope to do that soon. Down low, I've got just another undergravel filter test going, and I've got Hedrander formosa. This is also known as the least killifish or the dwarf live bearer. It's the smallest live bearer, and you can see here like that male is full grown, and the females get, you know, like 1.5 inches, but the males don't get that large. They're kind of cool, and they have birth like every couple of days. The female will kick out another baby, so that's kind of cool. And you know, I enjoy it. That's, you know, that's why we keep fish tanks, right? So I just enjoy them. They're not profitable money-wise or anything like that. It's purely just for fun. And you know, I've got some crypts in here, but I really need to get the balance. I've got no shrimp. That's part of the problem. I have so much algae. There's no pleco in here. There's just some snails. I need to tweak this ecosystem a bit, and I think it would really start thriving. You know, I've got a little bit of Anubias nana petite suction cup to the back there, but over here, so kind of a, you know, a subtle difference. No shrimp at all, right? And then we've got shrimp. And then it's like, oh wow, look at that. There's almost no algae in existence, right? So that helps. But as you can see, more orange shrimp because I'm a fool and I spread them all around. We've got the blue Japanese guppies, lots of fry in here. You know, a little bit of, you know, hidey holes, and we're getting fry. When you don't have at least some cover, you just end up losing them all. So, but I'm enjoying these guys. These were like a free inclusion when I was buying all those other guppies, so just kept them going. I don't know if I'll keep them going long term, but you know, I kind of got empty tanks sitting around at the moment anyway, so I thought, why not? Up here, we've got Cyprichromis, and you know, these are the Leptosoma Karangi Islands. I really need to rehome these. I'm done. I already bred them. They're holding more, and you know, we've got several generations of babies, and they've grown up and all that. It's, you know, done its thing. And now I kind of just feel like, well, what do I want to do with this tank? I'm really waiting for the final temperature controller to be put into my water heater here, and then this whole like thing will move because we'll run the extra line and all that, and then I'll really have good access to this tank. And I believe that rabbit snails, while they were safe with a lot of other plants, they are not dwarf Sagittarius safe, because I feel like they ate all my dwarf Sag. They're not doing anything to my Anubias or the other plants I had in there, but dwarf Sag kind of met its demise in there with them. So let me get to the next bay and we'll take a look. So in here, I have just kind of a jungle mess of algae, and there is some Cracodon lateralis, some babies in here basically that have been growing out. And of course, I always see them when they're not on camera, but I've made it so dense and they've been doing pretty well, but I've got nothing to show you. So you have to take my word that I actually have some in there, because there's no actual proof at this point. Oh wait, there it is. There's one right in the front there, if you can see it coming out. That's a girl. And there's a little male somewhere in here. I saw it earlier today. Oh, is he right in front there? Yep, there we go. So there's a male coming out, and you know, kind of a rare, I don't know, I think the Cracodon lateralis, it might be extinct, or, well, not extinct, but at least endangered for sure out of Mexico. So I'm kind of just playing with these guys. These guys are another good one that could do really well outside, but I really want to build some infrastructure. We'll talk about that later, I think. Over here, this is just mouth breeding bettas that I'm basically ignoring. I've got betta simplex and I've got betta alba marginata, and I'm just not into them. I need to take them to the store or hand them off to an employee and say, hey, go play with these. Up top, I've got just blue silverado antlers. That plant that looks all spirally, that's the octopus plant, Pogostemon stellatus octopus. We've got Crypspiralis. That's one I like because it grows slow, and that's one that I have in that bag I have a ton of. This tank was some mixed guppies that I ended up moving to that 75 gallons, so there's nothing in here at the moment. Got the platinum rice fish down here. I want to put these outside. Super duper bad. Got some algae because there's no shrimp or anything going on. No kind of algae eater in here besides a couple of snails. They're keeping the glass clean, but that's all. And what I have learned is rice fish are really good jumpers. They jump a lot, and you'll see that in kind of some other tanks. Up here, you can see the Irvini fry that I've been growing out from Lawrence Kent's Fishroom tour. They're starting to actually look like cichlids and all that, and so, they're one of the rare types of buffalo head cichlid, and so yeah, they're just doing their thing, growing out with that big longfin albino bristlenose back there. Eventually I'm going to split them up because I don't want them to start picking on them or anything. Over here, this is my algae farm with my black metal lace guppies, which I think are kind of cool, if I can get them to slow down enough to look at them. But no fry in there, and why? There's no cover, because I'm an idiot, but I'm going to get on that. That's why I bought so many plants. There is red bristlenose in there. I breed a lot of assassin snails in here, and there's shrimp. So, I'm doing multitasking in here, but I do like these guys quite a bit. It doesn't show up well on camera though, or at least from my viewfinder I'm looking through, it doesn't look that impressive on this fish, but in person it looks pretty cool. Over here, this is how I found out the rice fish really want to jump. So I've got orange rice fish in here, and I've got orange rice fish over here. I had it where this was slid like this, and they jumped, from here all the way over to here. And so they just live with this pair of albino crebensis and their baby. That's what that is. I need to do something with these guys. I don't know, she's trying to get them to breed right now. She's, dancing. That's what she's bending her body, got the purple. I just need to play with them a little more. I still enjoy them. I have no reason to breed them, I guess is part of the problem. And then another super red bristlenose that I had bred, just chilling. This tank, we've got a few neon tetras. We've got a placotte right there, and we've got those rice fish and a bunch of duckweed. Ugh, got to get rid of that. And this is all Java fern needle leaf. So this is the first step in converting this to a natural tank. You notice there's no sponge filter, just an air stone. There's a little bit of plant. I need to build the gravel up. I want to build it up to probably about here, and then get something in here and get it going. Maybe a guppy strain or something like that. Haven't quite decided. Down low, we've got, if you watched this a long time ago, we've got the reserve colony of the red deltas, and that's what grew up out of there. They're actually thriving better than the colony I moved. That's why you kind of always keep a backup, make sure it works. And then we've also got the dwarf claro bristlenose. What's cool about these guys, they're full grown. So when you see kind of a 2 to 2.5 inch pleco, it's full grown. It's a bristlenose. And there's babies in here. You can see right there. There's a baby. And these are, so in this tank, they're all wild caught. So it makes those guys little F1s. And I think we sell F1s at the store for about 19 bucks or so, and the wild caughts are about 30 bucks. So yeah, kind of a fun tank. It took a long time to get this tank to produce the fry of the bristlenose, but the best thing you can do is just not change what you're doing. Give them time, and that's, a lot of people get restless, and I try not to get restless. Got beautiful Andra right here, just kind of doing its thing. And Anubias Nana Petite on this little cave that, I kind of did a DIY, showed you guys how to do that. Got that from Greg Jones. Over here we've got some Celestial Pearl Danios. These are remaining grow out. The rest went to the store. And you guys saw that shipment come in. What else do I have? Up here, this is just a tank getting ready to convert over to a natural tank as well. And so it's kind of, I took out all the algae that was in there, and so it stirred up all the water column, but got some cories that are going to come out. I'm going to move that betta and figure out what I'm going to do in here besides these rice fish. So yeah, let's see, what else? I've got, you probably want to see what I'm going to tear down, right? I think I'm tearing down all my IBC totes and moving them outside. I know, but it's going to quiet this room down, which that's good, because then I can have the door open, because it's crazy hot over in the studio. So if I can have the door open, that helps. And I've got goldfish in here, not a whole lot, you know, just all fancies. And I can kind of break down this. I might even be able to get rid of a dehumidifier. Over here I've been bringing more and more of these fish into the store, just these babies have been growing out. So I can break this one down. This is the one I really don't want to break down because I've got green water and I've got the koi. The koi need to go to the store once koi season starts, so we're probably a month or two away from that. And then over here I've got some more koi again. And then once that temperature controller gets put in, that'll be good, I can get rid of this 500-gallon water storage tote. And then if I break down this one, which in here I've got some tricolor orandas, which are you don't see every day. So black, orange, and red, and white. I've also got panda orandas, and I've got some ryukins and stuff like that in here. And then I don't have you know, any more bettas in this contraption anymore. So if I was to break that down and move it outside, then all I got to do is find somewhere for these turtles. This is a hypo bumblebee red-eared slider female that's Lamont's. I'm just, you know, kind of just giving it a home for a while. And then I've got the diamondback terrapin, which is also Lamont's, and also just giving it a home for now. So if I was to get all of that out, you know, if I was to get all these things out, you can see here, that's quite a bit of space, because these are like 4 feet, and those are 4 feet, and so I could free up an entire room. And what am I thinking? I'm thinking maybe a ridiculously big aquarium, like possibly 8 feet by 6 feet, so it'd come out like halfway to this room. I had quotes on 10 feet by 8 feet. No, yeah, 10 by 8, was that the biggest? It was above $20,000. That's just, I would much rather have like a bunch of 800-gallon tanks than one 22 or 2300-gallon tank in all acrylic. So we'll see what I can pull off. You know, I've got a lot of stuff on my plate at the moment. In here, we've got my fridge, which I'm considering moving that, and I'm considering moving this whole turtle thing back into this alcove, because I'm just wasting this alcove pretty much. You know, I've got some storage a little bit, but it's, you know, there's a lot of wasted empty room back here. You know, like there's custom background laying on the ground, my taco hat, you know, that's got to get onto a shelf, I tell you what. And so yeah, you know, big things maybe are coming. Maybe. I say maybe. Like right now, my house is in the middle of a remodel, so, you know, there's that. And so my life is all upside down. I've been sleeping on the couch for like a week and a half at this point. But, you know, that's what happens. This was a cool find. This is kind of a vintage armoire where they had a custom tank built for it. This is the same manufacturer that built my big tank at the store and my wife's tank in the living room, which I'm not going to show you the wife's tank in the living room because we have a bunch of furniture in front of it, because we had to get all the furniture out of our house, or at least the rooms that are being renovated. But, you know, kind of a cool, if I can get this child lock thing undone. If I knock that out, you can put a sump in, because the only thing I don't like is, oh geez, it's child proof. I swear it's like Cory proof. There we go. Whew. I can knock this out, put a sump in it, because it is plumbed for an overflow, but that guy that had it made never even used the sump. So it's like brand new back here. It's never been used back there. He did have it as a saltwater tank. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but it's like 22 by 22 by 28 tall. So it's kind of a cool thing. And then here's the coolest part, right? So custom acrylic tank with the stand in rad shape, as you can see, was only 160 bucks. So how could I not grab that? The problem is, like, I know where to put it. Like, it's in, right now it's in front of my electrical panel and my water and next to my heater. It can't stay there. That can't happen. So I gotta find a spot for it. That's not the easiest. But let's take a trip outside. Let's do this up. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, you guys can watch me, you know, make horrible ideas. But I'm thinking I'm going to move all these IBC totes out over against this fence, because this fence, I've got just some stuff we're going to do for some landscaping here. You know, we bought a bunch of azaleas, and we're going to landscape, and we've got some soil, and these all got to go back to the store when it's koi season, all those. But I'm thinking about lining up these IBC totes here, and then building tops for them. And then for like the Daphnia, I want some of this like rhododendron and stuff to fall into it, and that's going to be what's going to help fuel the green water. So I'm thinking maybe that's going to go on. Might get rid of this wood pile, but we'll see. Maybe that's what happens with the IBC totes. So that basically frees up a room for me, but I don't lose the capacity of the water. So that's like a win-win, especially. So then I was thinking, possibly I'm going to build this section out, which I know I got weeds, because it's me and my wife keep fighting back and forth on who gets this section. But I'm thinking, what if I put like, what if I built like a pond that was like this tall, so it was like 2 or 3 feet deep, and maybe, well, maybe it's like a foot above or 2 feet above and 1 foot down into the ground, and then I sectioned it off like every 2 feet, and I could breed different guppies and stuff like that outside all the way through this thing, and it gets a little bit of shade from my roof and stuff like that. So maybe that's a possibility. And then I haven't even looked over at my ponds because it's been raining so much and windy too. It's been real windy. But over here is just a pond. Do I have any Daphne or anything going on in here? Doesn't look like anything. It looks like just algae. This will be a great start to put something in here. As long as I don't put an egg layer in here, because there's a lot of snails. As long as I don't put an egg layer in here, I'll be fine. Yeah. So a nice, a nice guppy or something like that going in there. Then over here, these just got beat on by the winter. It's like a red type of algae or something. I don't even know what that is. But raccoons and stuff like that, you know, definitely. I think I'm just going to break these down and move them. And, but those are ponds. We're going to re-landscape this whole thing this year and really reuse any of the water and stuff like that. And the last thing over here, I've got my koi pond. And you can just see them. It's a weird sound going on, but yep, my koi. It's my Tancho Showa, and then it's also Doitsu. It's a weird sound going on over there. I'm gonna have to investigate that sound, but you know, these guys are kind of hanging out. It's almost time I could do a water change. It's almost time to be doing that, but not quite yet. In here I've got, this is my old Daphnia culture. Yep, we got Daphnia going, so they came back after the winter. See if I can focus in on that. You see them moving? Yep, so I've got some Daphnia going, so that's good. This is kind of the best way to keep your reserve culture going. Just keep it outside. You see the leaves? This is what I'm talking about. Bigger scaled version of this over on that fence, but the leaves and all that muck creates the perfect environment, because nature is what keeps Daphnia going, essentially. My air pump has seen some better days. Oh, it's because it's like broken on this one. But anyway, I'll work on that, and this thing did really well, actually, for getting tipped over by the raccoons. We got this massive, oh, there we go, let's start getting it to flip over, but got this massive thing here too. I gotta clean up a lot of this. What is this, all eggs? Yeah, they're all egg masses. But I gotta do a lot of cleanup for, for this stuff. I might turn this pump back on. It's not gonna freeze again. I'm gonna turn that pump back on and back flush this and get that done today. So, alright guys, well I wanted to get an update on everything I had going on, so that when I change everything with all these plants stuff, meanwhile I gotta get back and then put in the plants, but see a big difference happening, because I'm buying a lot of plants, doing a lot of things, and yeah, so let me know if you guys got any comments, you want to see something. Let me know what you think about my pond ideas out here, see if that's going to be a good idea. And I'm thinking I want to do some guppies, definitely all the rice fish. So I got, 4 for that, some guppies, And then, so I gotta go at least like, I probably need at least 10. My goal, so my ultimate goal, by the way, is I really want to find some species I can leave out year round. And I know I've done it with cherry shrimp and white clouds before, but now that I own a home and I don't have to move for sure, I really want to put some things in that are, you know, gonna last for a long time. And so that leads me to my next point. I gotta basically decide this summer, do I build a big koi pond, or do I put in a large tank for clown loaches and warus? They're not gonna grow out big enough yet, so I got time. But, you know, I gotta start making some of those decisions. We just fenced our front yard, so I can put another pond up there if I want it, because legally it's like a pool, you gotta have a fence around it in Washington at least, so that's good. But, alright, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found something you love. Hope you're going to visit Guppy Train and you're going to go to LR Brett's Aquatics and find all those cool people, the cool stuff. Greg Sage, look for that Fishroom tour. Look out for the builds I'm going to do, because I want to really build some of those ponds and stuff and bring you guys along for the tour. I know I've been lacking on the DIY stuff. Crazy busy, you know, I've been flying out, house remodel. There's a lot of projects. Like, I would get into some DIY stuff, but when you look over here, that's literally like my bed and stuff like that. Like, it is, we're packed full of stuff because we renovating, right? So, you know, unfortunately, we just wanted to take out carpet and we were gonna put in some hardwood floor in the bedroom, and turns out our subfloor was rotten, had to completely redo that. So it's kind of turned into like a nightmare, but it'll be good long term. Long term, it's good. Right now, sleeping on the couch and, you know, being stressed out, not so good. But thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next one. I appreciate all the support, and hopefully you enjoyed this.